Hi, Sarah.
This time last year, things were humming along here at SAIT.
Time was in a breakthrough situation. So last business was the question opening up the mind. That was
Abot ka ba, kuya? Ang fan?
Two 2,000 employees were working and teaching from home.
Okay, you ready? Yeah.
But like we've done in the past, we rose to the occasion. Our employees, alumni, and partners were here when our students and community needed us more than ever. Change needed a champion, and in the midst of so much of it, SAIT was there, and proud to be leading it.
Welcome to SAIT's 2020 virtual convocation ceremony.
I am proud to be part of 250,000 SAIT graduates and counting.
I made a strong commitment to the city and the province to be a lifelong learning partner and to reimagine the workforce of tomorrow.
There is a new reality. We need the skills and talent and the opportunity to take advantage of that. And I believe that Calgary is absolutely.
What this past year and our 100+ year history has taught us is to keep pushing forward. We are more than four walls. Our borders are limitless. We are the passionate and dedicated students who didn't press pause on our careers. The innovative and devoted employees and faculty delivering 21st century skills. The partners who invest in SAIT's model of education and hire graduates. And we are alumni in 86 countries, showing that SAIT works here and everywhere. Here at SAIT, we are delivering education for the new world.
No matter where you are, you will always have a place at Norquest College. Norquest College is a vibrant, inclusive, and diverse learning environment that transforms lives and strengthens communities. We are dedicated to making sure you can continue to get the workforce-ready education you expect. We are here to support you, wherever and however you may be learning. Norquest instructors, faculty, and staff all share a commitment to making sure your success is at the core of everything we do. At Norquest, you'll acquire career-ready training in an environment that is truly welcoming, accommodating, supportive, and inclusive. Norquest is your community college, a place of inclusion and a place of impact. Let me be the first to say, welcome to Norquest.
Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Loud and clear, Miss Naisa.
All right, thanks so much, Jalo. Thanks everyone for coming. My name is Naisa, so I am with the Apply Board, and I would like to start first and foremost to thank Jalo and the rest of Msa Immigration for hosting us today, especially our school featured for this session. So we have with us Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, or popularly known as SAIT, located in Calgary, and we have Norquest College located in Edmonton, both located in Alberta. So before we get things started, just a bit of housekeeping rules for today's session. Of course, just as a reminder, we are streaming live on Msa Immigration's Facebook. So please do visit Facebook, visit their page, like their page, and share it with your friends for those who are interested to pursue education in Canada and specifically in Alberta. So just a bit of housekeeping rules. So please make sure your mics are on mute when you join the session and while the presentation is ongoing. And if you can think of any questions for our school representatives here with us today, feel free to type them in the chat box and we'll be going through them after all three presentations are finished. So speaking of three presentations, we have with us the regional recruiter for Southeast Asia, Ha Huang, or Andy. Hi, Andy. Good morning.
Good morning, Nisa. Good morning, everyone.
All right. And of course, from Norquest College, we have the International Recruitment and Student Support Manager, Saurabh Vashisht. Hi, Saurabh.
Hello, hi, Nisa. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good morning to everybody in Philippines. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. And of course, our MSA representative with us is Jalu. Hi, Jalu.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having us today. And yeah, looking forward to our event.
All right. Thank you so much. Of course, without further ado, Andy, the floor is yours. Ready when you are.
Thank you. Okay, so I will start my presentations by sharing my screen. So hope that everyone will see it. Let me do here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I hope that everyone could see my presentations, right?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Try to minimize this one. Okay. Sorry, there's something wrong with my computer. Okay. Okay, that's good now. So hello, everyone. My name is Andy, and I'm the regional recruiter from SAIT, and I'm in charge of Southeast Asia regions. I do believe that Philippines is one of our very important market because we do have a lot of Filipino students coming to study at SAIT. I mean, every year. So for these presentations, I will try to go quickly as much as possible about SAIT informations. So SAIT, we are kindly named as the Southern Alberta Institute of Technologies, and we are kind of very first public funded technologies school here in Alberta provinces, and especially in Calgary. We was founded in 1916, and of course, there's a lot of things that students decided to choose to study at SAIT. Beside to a very good education quality, but also when you study in our main programs, for example, like diploma or bachelor degree programs, students have a lot of opportunities to work during their study here. It could be about on-campus, off-campus opportunities, or even you have a lot of chances to do work placement or co-op in your programs. And also, I have to say that most of our programs here at SAIT, when you graduated, you could have a chances to apply for PGWP for the post-graduation work permit, and then it should be a better pathway for you to get the immigration later on. So currently, we try to offer over 15 programs for international students. We have so many choices for you to choose: internal technologies, trade, business, health science, and other engineering program as well. And currently, we have 16,000 students starting full-time at SAIT currently, and we have nearly 3,000 students coming from different countries. So it is a very vibrant communities here at SAIT, and we are so proud that our graduation employment rate is currently over 90%. Students have a chances to, of course, get a very good quality of educations from our faculties. Also have a chances to do work placement, and then of course they will be assessed to over 10,000 employers that have partnered with SAIT. So it is very good opportunities for them as well. And currently at SAIT, we try to offer a lot of pathways for students. For example, if student doesn't meet our requirement in terms of math or other subjects, we do have academic upgradings, and also we do have English foundation program as well for students that did not meet our IELTS requirements, which is normally 6.0 with no bands below 6. But anyway, for Filipino students, we do have options to waive the IELTS requirement if you can demonstrate in your high school documents or your post-secondary documents that the medium of instruction is in English. So we can totally waive for that requirement of English as well. And currently for SAIT, we have a lot of good facilities, and currently we have 2 residents located inside the school. So it's quite easy and convenient for you to study and live here in Calgary, Alberta. And of course, we try to offer a lot of service for students in terms of health service, in terms of academic support service, and also other career service as well. And currently, of course, we have a lot of good stuff here, and we try to support most of our international students from the time when they apply to SAIT until they get graduations. So they will get a lot of support to make sure that they will be successful here at SAIT. Okay, so here are some of notable programs that we offer for international students that
Andy, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so basically here we have some kind of good programs that a lot of Filipino students normally choose here at SAIT. Currently, we have business administrations programs. Of course, we did teaches bachelor degree, and also we have business administration diploma here. Currently for this program, you can choose one of 6 majors that we have related to logistics, related to marketing, HR, financial services, management as well. So there's a lot of chances for you to do. And in terms of business program, you can, of course, study case study. You have consulting projects and work placement components. It gives you a lot of chances to do practice at the same times. And besides 2 business administrations programs, we also have hospitality and tourism. Of course, this program, we have, a lot of major related to travel tourism, to beverage, to restaurant and service operations, event and entrepreneurship for you to study. Or if you like to study something about cooking or professional cooking, we have culinary art here. And of course, in terms of the communications and IT, we have IT programs. In this program, we have 4 majors, which is about computer system, software development, and also programs about telecommunication and network system as well. And apart from the IT programs, hospitality and business, we do have opticians or health information management, which is belonging to the health programs if you want to study about this field, and of course other programs that you can choose. So normally our diploma programs, we have tuition fee around 18,000 to 20,000 per Canadian per year, and for bachelor degree is normally around 22,000 Canadian dollars per year. Okay, so why you should choose SAIT? Basically, because SAIT, we are kind of polytechnics, post-secondary secondary institutions. So we try to offer career basis learning, which means that you will learn by doing, by our professional, by our faculty and our teachers, well, which are the professional in their field when they teach it. Of course, besides to the qualification that they have master degree and they have a lot of experience about teaching and working in that field before, and you will learn in some kind of very small classes. So our classes is normally around like 20 or 25 students per classes. So it's pretty small, and it's give you a lot of chances to do group work and get a lot of attentions from teacher as well. And as say, we offer a lot of programs like 2-year diploma programs or bachelor degree, and all of them are eligible for PGWP, which is post-graduation work permit. And this should be a good pathway for you to be immigrant in the later time. And of course, hands-on learning here is that you can, when you study a state, there's a lot of chances for you to learn by doing, case study, but at the same time, you have a lot of chances to do co-op, practicums, and internship as well. And we are so proud that we put our education quality in the upfront. So a lot of good programs from us, like hospitality, our business get a lot of awards from for example, like CEO World Magazine. We are kind of in the top rank here in these fields, and it was assessed by the quality that we give for students, by the feedback from employers. And of course, international students, when they come to study essay, they will get a lot of support from the time when they apply until they graduate. And for the scholarship, so I highly recommend all of you to go to our website, alberta.ca, to learn more information. We have scholarship with different value. It could be 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000 Canadian dollars. And this will be award for students with a very good GPA, and you have a lot of effort in your community involvement. And also we try to assess on your essay as well. And of course, starting as SAIT, you will have a chances to attend a lot of events from our student organizations. There's a lot of fun activities here in the vibrant cities of Calgary to make new friends with other students from different countries and from local Canadian as well. And of course, for SAIT, we located quite close to the downtown. So from SAIT, when you travel by train to the downtown, it takes you only 10 minutes. So it's pretty convenient to getting around. And I just want to go quickly again for the first slide, because I'm sorry for the technical issues. So once again, for SAIT, I would like to say that we are kind of very first public fund colleges here in Calgary, Alberta, and we was founded in 1916. We offer a lot of programs for international students with very good employment rate of over 90%. And then, of course, we try to offer a lot of, how to say, option for student. If you, for example, doesn't meet the requirement for academic subjects like math or science, we do have academic upgradings. If you don't meet our English requirement, we do have the foundation program of English for you to study. But I want to say that we do waive IELTS for Filipino students if you can show and demonstrate that in your school documents that the medium of instruction is in English. So we can totally take a look and waive for that requirement as well. And of course, once again, we have residents here at SAIT, and we will try to support you as much as we can during your study here at SAIT. Okay, thank you so much. So I think that's all from my sharing of my presentations. So I give you all the hands on to Nisa. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Andy. So for everyone, if you have any questions about SAIT and for Andy, feel free to type them in the chat box. And for those who are tuned in on Facebook Live, feel free to type them in the comment section, and we'll go through them after all presentations has been finished. And without further ado, the next presenter is Norquest College, Saurabh. Ready when you are, Saurabh.
Okay, thank you, Nisa. Okay, I'm going to share my presentation and that. Okay, so go back.
Yeah.
Yes, so we are located in Edmonton, as mentioned by Nisa before. So this is, of course, a downtown Edmonton picture. So Edmonton is the capital city of the province of Alberta. So our main campus is located in downtown Edmonton. We do have regional campuses, but we're going to focus on the downtown Edmonton campus because that's where the majority of the international students are studying. Some benefit of studying in Edmonton and Alberta, I think the cost of living is very affordable in Edmonton. So there are only 6 big cities in Canada, which are more than 1 million population. So Edmonton is one of them. So it's a big city. It's a metropolitan city. It has roughly 1.3 million people in Edmonton, but the cost of living is the most affordable in terms of any other big city in Canada. Also, overall in Alberta, taxes are less, so it's more affordable. Immigration options are more. It's the 3rd largest economy in Canada, so there are a lot of job and employment opportunities. And also it's a place where you can earn higher wages because the minimum wage is pretty competitive. So it's the minimum wage is higher, which is around $15 an hour, and your taxes are less, you make more money as well. So in short, Edmonton is a place where your cost of living is less, your affordability is more because taxes are less, you earn more money. You have a lot of employment opportunities, and also if you want to settle, yes, there are a lot of immigration programs if that's what your objective is at the end. A little bit more about Edmonton. So Edmonton is a growing city. It has, its economic growth rate is around 4%. It's one of the fastest growing city. The population is increasing by 2% every year. Some of the top sectors in our city are healthcare, retail and wholesale trade, logistic and supply chain, green energy solution. Alberta overall is the oil and gas province, produces around 80% oil, 60% natural gas, but it's also heavily investing on green energy. Also, Alberta is diversifying its economy. So we have a lot of jobs now in digital technologies and artificial intelligence. So that is another sector coming up. Counselor, therapist, if you are choosing a business study, then there are jobs in finance, accounting, and entrepreneurship. And Edmonton is a growing city. So by year 2023, it's predicting that there will be need of 20,000 workers in all different occupations. So outlook of Edmonton looks very promising. This is the picture of our downtown campus. So Norquest College is also publicly funded community college, a little different. So again, there are 3 kinds of post-secondary institutions in Canada, usually university, polytechnic, and community colleges. Every post-secondary has their own, I would say, focus. Usually universities and polytechnics, they offer bachelor's degree, master's degree. Some do also offer diploma, and they offer more wider range of programs. In community colleges, what is good with us is that we offer program based around local labor market. So we only offer those programs which are in demand in our local city, local area, because it's the college of the community. So community come there, they study, and they're looking for job within the city. So our focus is very local, but also global as well, because a lot of those occupations also have a global appeal as well. Just one more thing, just want to focus. So we have 21,000 learners. So it's one of the largest community colleges in Canada. Something unique about the college, it's very diverse, like 57% of the students are born outside of Canada. Edmonton is a very diverse city. It has 35% population, which is foreign born. Filipinos are the largest immigrant group in Edmonton. So you'll find a lot of Filipinos when you come to Edmonton. You even have a Jollibee here. So there's a lot of presence that you'll see here of Filipinos within the Edmonton city. And you can see the language is spoken, the country of birth, so more than 100. So it's a very, very diverse student population. Also, community college, so we offer all our programs have work integrated learning, which means each and every program we offer at the college have practicum. So we do not offer a program if there is no applied learning outcome, because that's the way students build their skills, they connect with employers, and they have an opportunity to find jobs also. So our core focus is relevant skills. We only offer those programs which are in demand in our local region. Also, we have a huge focus on career readiness. We do one-on-one career advising, career fairs. So our career education center is very, very active. We even have a job portal, work very closely with the local employers. We have PACs, program advisory committees, which are mainly employers within the city. So there's a lot of engagement going on that side. And also we focus on skills of distinction. So we give students the opportunity for leadership skills, volunteer opportunities, all those things which are very important for their employment later on. Our employment rate on average has been between 92 to 95% overall. So it's a pretty high average. So the reason being it's a high because we offer in-demand program based on local market. Every program have applied learning. And so that, and also students get connected with the employers within the program. So that translates into high employment. So in terms of admission, so Philippines is also one of the countries that is English exempt for us, which means if you have studied 12 years in Philippines and you have a letter which says your medium of instruction is English, you are exempt from English language requirement. You can apply without IELTS. So in terms of if you're a student who's following the new curriculum, you study 12-year high school, which is the new curriculum, yes, all you need is a letter of instruction, and then you can apply to a diploma certificate program without an IELTS. If you are from an old curriculum, 10-year high school, you need to have 2 years diploma or a 2-year university completion in order to qualify for that English language exemption. And then we need a letter of instruction saying that your medium instruction was English. The programs, I'll just quickly run through it. So health programs, we have very popular programs called practical nursing, healthcare aid, pharmacy technician, interdisciplinary therapy, chiropractic vet. So a lot of these health programs are very high demand. As you can see here, most of the programs are full for winter and fall. Right now we have only availability in spring intake healthcare aid. And also practical nursing, we have Canada's largest practical nursing program. We have Canada's largest healthcare aid program. One thing I just want to announce, a very exciting program coming up. So we are going to offer this program in winter 2022. This program is going to be called Practical Nursing for Internationally Educated Nurses. So any student who has done a Bachelor of Nursing in Philippines wants to study a practical nursing program, they can apply to this program and they can become after that a licensed practical nurse. So this program, we are going to open our applications very soon for winter 2022. So if you want to study a nursing program and you are a nurse in Philippines, this is the program to look out for. And this is going to be offered for winter 2022. Okay. And then the other programs for winter are full, but in spring you can apply for healthcare. And you can see here our tuition fee. I'm not going to detail, but again, they vary from program to program. And it depends. And this the cost that you see here is for the full duration of the program, whether it's a 2-year diploma, because diplomas are 2-year, post-diploma programs are 1 year, certificates are 1 year, and diploma and certificate student can apply after 12-year high school or 12-year education, where for post-diploma, student must have studied a diploma or a degree. And also we have programs in community studies, like addiction recovery, mental health recovery, early learning child care, child and youth care. So we are currently accepting application in winter. For community support worker, we have seen for early learning and child care in spring intake. If you're interested in that, and then settlement studies, another program that we see in winter. Rest programs are only offered in September that you see here. So the September 2022 applications will open on the 1st of October this year. So if you're looking to apply for next September 2022, yes, you can still apply for 1st of October because we open our application 11 months in advance. We have business programs here. Business, we have some environmental programs, energy management, environmental protection. These are very high demand programs. And some of these programs have paid internship for 4 months. So you can earn around $6,000 to $8,000 if you're able to secure internships. And then we also have a very unique program called Machine Learning Analyst Diploma for someone who wants to study artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning. And we have professional certificate program, they're little unique. So these are non-credit programs, but they help you to get designation, like supply chain management professional, business analyst. And these programs have guaranteed 3 months of 3 months of paid internship. So not only you get education, you get some Canadian experience, and you'll earn $6,000 to $7,000 Canadian dollars while you're in the program. And then we have program like teaching English as an additional language for a teacher. If you're a teacher in Philippines and you want to become an ESL or English teacher in Canada, yeah, you can opt for that program as well. It's a post-bachelor, so we need a bachelor's degree for that. Also, if for some reason you don't meet our admission requirement, because we are a community college, so community college are known for its accessibility. So you can write an online assessment exam. So for example, you don't meet our English requirement, maths, you can write an online maths exam, English exam, and you can pass it. And then based on that, you can get into the program. Or you can do a Northwest bridging program, you can get a combined offer letter. So those options are available. If for some reason you don't get our admission requirement, I'll skip the application process. You can connect with the apply board and they will guide you. They are sending so many applications, so they're expert in it. Only thing I'll mention is that our applications are submitted through online, and then we will be needing your official document, and we only need $1,000 to confirm your seat. Once you get an offer letter, we don't ask any more money than $1,000, and $1,000 you pay, and the rest of the money you pay once you arrive on campus. It will be semester by semester. And here also, if you're applying for a certificate diploma program, we will look at your high school transcript. If you're applying to a post-diploma, post-baccalaureate, we will look at your diploma or bachelor's transcript. We will not look at your high school. And of course, these IELTS score are not, I would say, required for Filipino students, except one program. So there is only one program where we do require IELTS, which is called Pharmacy Technician Program. But any other program, nursing, practical nursing for international educated nurses, any of those programs, you're exempt from IELTS requirement. But pharmacy technician is what you need IELTS, because even if a student comes from the United States, even they have to take an exam of IELTS. So we need 6.5 with no one less than 6 if you want to apply for pharmacy tech. Rest all program, including nursing and everything. If you study 12 years in the Philippines, you don't need any English exam. And also there are many ways to get involved in Northwest College. We have a lot of student engagement, mentorship programs, student clubs, student politics, networking opportunity, virtual engagement. So there are very many ways to get engaged and have some fun because you should enjoy your college life when you're here in Canada. So there's a lot of things that we do from a student experience point of view. So this is my last slide. So this is a little bit about immigration options. Again, I'm a certified immigration consultant, so I can touch on it. So Canada has been lately very popular because it has a very streamlined immigration program. And we do have few streams in Alberta, Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program, it's called. So we have Alberta Opportunity Stream, Alberta Express Entry, International Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. So it's very, I would say, easier pathway as compared to other provinces. So Alberta Opportunity Stream, if you study any diploma, a post-diploma, post-baccalaureate, if you're able to find a job, work for 6 months in that field, and you have an employment, you have an IELTS score, then you can apply for immigration. In Express Entry, Alberta Express Entry, you could be selected for Express Entry pool. and you could get immigration as low point as 300. Again, it all depends. The cutoff vary every time there's a cutoff. So those points, of course, varies, but there could be a possibility that lower X% entry score you could get an immigration through that band. Okay, so I'll probably stop here. So that's the end of my presentation. Hopefully that was a useful information for you.
Okay, thanks so much, Sarah, for that information and very good news on the future program for nurses. Because as you and Andy know, there's a lot of Filipinos interested in pursuing a health profession in Canada. All right, thanks so much. So for our third presenter today, we have Msa Immigration. So Jalo will be presenting, am I right?
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
so Jalo will be presenting on how to work with them in terms of your pursuit to study abroad, especially in Canada. So Jalo, ready when you are.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Naisa. Okay, so let me just share my screen. There. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
All right. So welcome to our event for today. And we are actually glad that you all came. For Andy, Saurab, and Miss Naisa, thank you for today. Happy holiday, of course, to the Philippines. Today is Ninoy Aquino Day. And even if you're not supporter of the previous president, still happy holidays to you. So MSA Immigration, our tagline is for an international study and migration experience as unique as you. Why? Because we believe that everyone has their own story to tell, especially for study and migration purposes, especially in Canada. Everyone needs to undergo initial assessment. So basically, there are 4 steps we follow at MSA. So initially, we go under counseling and initial assessment, wherein our education counselors, such as myself and my colleague, Sir Jello from yesterday. Actually, we had an event yesterday where I presented this already. So if you were from that presentation yesterday or from that talk show, you would probably know what I'm about to talk about. So primarily, we will help our student applicants in finding out the best education pathway for them if they do not have their study plan yet. So we will help them find out the best place or school, such as SAIT and Norquest, looking at their courses and of course the requirements, especially IELTS. If I recall right, both colleges or both institutions do not require IELTS, but Norquest does with pharmacy technician course of overall average score of 6.5, if I recall right from Saurabh's presentation from today. So that's one wherein we help you and of course discuss to you all the requirements you will need to prepare for your enrollment. So all other costs, it will also be discussed during initial assessment and consultation. Of course, you may also ask us today when we have our question and answer portion. You may ask your initial questions regarding, of course, fees and the requirements you need to prepare, especially that not all requirements are easily acquired today, now that we are under pandemic. So we need to adjust all our plans. So it really is an important part that you consult an agency or someone who knows their way around the industry or how to help you apply for your student visa or even for your enrollment to school. So once we finalize the school and the course that you will be taking in Canada, we will help you enroll in these institutions. And we are glad to be a recruitment partner with SAIT and Norquest through Apply Board, of course. So we will be working closely with Ms. Naisa and the team from Apply Board in order for you to enroll successfully in these institutions, especially with SAIT and Norquest. Of course, everything would be transparent in this stage wherein you will know, especially the fees you will be paying will be transparent with that. And It is our oath and vow at MSA that we, as much as possible, do not touch the money of our clients. So everything will be paid directly to the institution concerned. So from your bank account, our dear clients, to the bank account of the school for that matter, if we're talking about tuition fee. So that's one vow that we promise, or that's one promise we have for our clients. So once we are ready, and of course you are accepted in the school, all your documents are ready for enrollment, we will now pay for your tuition fee and other payables. Other payables, this could be your insurance. Of course, we need to be insured while we are studying in Canada as an international student, and most times this is already included with your tuition fee. Our schools here, St. and Norquest, already include or offer insurance together with your tuition fee. So you can pay it once or all together with your tuition fee through them, or if you opt to find for your own insurance, we can also help you with that. So once we are ready, we will lodge your student visa, all your documents. We will already lodge your student visa, and this actually, the whole process can only take up to 2 months. So what decides the duration of your application up to your student visa lodging is the pace of how we can undergo or process our payments, and of course procure or acquire our documents. Like I've said earlier, some documents here in the Philippines are really takes time to acquire, especially government documents such as your birth certificate, your passport if it's for example about to expire and you need to renew it. I think it's for appointment already, if that's the case. So these are some of the requirements that you need to pass in order for us to process successfully your enrollment and for your visa lodging. First is your resume. Of course, this would be for records keeping for MSA and Apply Board. And this is where we base primarily your assessment, because your resume should definitely include your education background and your employment background, wherein we can base the course that we may be able to suggest to you if you do not have your own study plan. Yes, it would be beneficial if you have your own study plan, since we can consider, of course, your or what you want to take for yourself or what course you would like to pursue, since we believe that since you want to take that course, you have plans or you think that you can be successful in that course that you would want to take. So we will take that into consideration if you don't have your own study plan or particular course, location, or school that you would want to go to. Next is your academic credentials. This would include your transcript of records and diploma. Also, since SAIT and Norquest waives the IELTS requirement for international students, except for the pharmacy technician course from Norquest, academic credentials will also include your certificate of English for medium of instruction. So yeah, if you are a graduate of the current education curriculum, which is K-12, you only need that. But if, according to Saurabh a while ago, if you are a graduate of the previous curriculum, wherein the 4-year high school graduate, you must need at least 2 years of high school or college, 2 years diploma or college. You must be able to take at least 2 years of college degree. So yeah, and with that, we can also take our certificate of English, including that proof that we have taken at least 2 years. Next is your certificates of employment. If you have previous employment background or experience. So rising question, what if there is a previous company that already closed down and made it impossible to acquire the certificate of employment? So everyone has their contract. The contract alone can suffice or is sufficient to be a proof of employment from that company if we are really not able to acquire the certificate of employment. But if you also lost your contract, your copy of your own contract from that employer who closed down already, that will make the process a bit longer because we need to undergo another set of processes just to acquire this proof of employment. So next up is your birth certificate and NBI clearance as proof of identity, which is together with your passport. So birth certificate, PSA, I think is the one we is commonly accepted, not the NSO. And NBI clearance can be procured or acquired online. And I think they also deliver door to door. So yeah, passport, it is important that your passport will not expire within the next 6 months or within the next year of your application so that you will not be bothered with renewing it right away even before you go, because again it will take time for you to renew your passport, especially now that we have restrictions and our processes or our government offices are not in full force, full workforce. Some of them are only skeletal, I must say. So yes, it's important that your passport will not expire in the next year or so. Another one, the most important, we think, is your study plan, or what we commonly know as the letter of intent or statement of purpose. So this statement, or let's say autobiography of yours, should answer specific questions such as your background, education background, what are your plans for studying in Canada, your career pathway after you study in Canada, and strong ties in the Philippines or strong reasons to return in the Philippines. So these are some of the information we need to discuss in this study plan, and it will be submitted during your visa lodging. Most often than not, most case officers base their decision from here because this is a comprehensive discussion of what we see for ourselves as a student in Canada, or what the future holds for us after undertaking this education activity in Canada. So rest assured, if you sign up with MSA, we will hand you a guide on how to start this, and we'll help you throughout the development of your study plan. Next up is your English exam result. Like I've said, this is waived by SAIT and Norquest, except for pharmacy technician course. Professional license. If your course or profession needs you to have a license such as nursing, engineering, and teaching, we also need proof for this, especially your licensure certificate and certificate of passing. Marriage certificate, if applicable, to our married clients who looking into studying and looking into bringing with them their dependents. So we need this document for also for your proof of identities. Most importantly, we move on to the financial requirements, which is a very important requirement or documents we need to provide when applying to Canada. So GIC, I put 2 asterisks there because it depends on the pathway or the entry you would go through. For example, there are 2 pathways, which is the direct stream and the regular stream. So the GIC, or Guaranteed Investment Certificate, applies to the direct stream entry. And if not, if you will be going through the regular stream, these are the documents you need. Source of funds, may it be income from employment or income from business. So if you have your own business, we will also be needing your business permit, and your ITR. Sometimes applications or if according to our assessment, you will need photos of the actual shop or physical shop of your business, we will also need that. Affidavit of support. So this is for our student applicants who will be sponsored and supported by their relatives. According to our discussion yesterday, our Canada consultant and specialist, Sir Jello, is helping us with our applications. So according to him, your relatives, those who can support you, should at least be up to the second degree only. So, so that this would be easier to trace with regards to this proof of relationship with the sponsor. So up to the second degree, which means should be sibling of your parents, and yeah, basically them actually. I've asked them if employers can support their employees in studying. No, that is a big no. When it comes to sponsorship. So proof of relationship, this will only mean the birth certificates and IDs of your sponsors. Because if it's your aunt or the sibling of your parents, the birth certificate alone can provide proof that you are related if they see that your parents' parents and your aunt's parents are the same. So that's the most important part. For costs, if you might ask, everything will be discussed during your one-on-one appointment with us, with our education counselors at MSA, and you can book your appointments through msaimmigration.com/appointments, or you can just scan this QR code that we have provided. This will lead you directly to our booking page. But if you're really keen on knowing how much you would be spending, right now you cannot wait. We have seen actually the tuition fees from St. and Norquest, and I think the cheapest I saw was from Norquest, which is around 14,000 CAD, and according to SORAB, they only require 1,000 CAD for you to secure your enrollment, and the balance will be paid once you arrive in Canada or once you commence your studies with Norquest. We can ask Andy later on the question and answer portion of their payment terms, or how much do we need to deposit. But your constant expenses will be your insurance, of course, your medicals, your visa fee, and biometrics fee. With MSA, also we charge for our professional fees of 15,000 pesos. So that 15,000 pesos will be covering from your documentation or from the assessment up to the visa lodging already. So it will be paid in 2 installments, 7,500 for initial payment upon sign up. And then once we are ready to lodge your visa, or once we have acquired the letter of acceptance from the school, the balance of 7,500 will already be paid. So that's how we handle your student visa application and enrollment through MSA. And yes, you may book your appointment with us. It is free, and we don't charge for our consultation, only for the processing. So I think that's the end of my presentation. Ms. Naisa, we can now move on to our question and answer.
All right, thanks so much, Jalu. So just being mindful of the time. So let's go straight to some of the major questions we have received all throughout. So for Andy and Saurabh, of course, let's get this question out of the way. The COVID plan changes for each school and specifically in Alberta as a whole. So let's start with Andy. So what are the things that students can expect once they join SAIT and when they are traveling to Calgary?
Yeah, so I have to say that most of our programs that we are open for international students, we try to offer like blend mode. So anyway, when students got a visa and when they travel to SAIT, of course, we have a quarantine plan, and our own SAIT student will have to quarantine like 14 days at SAIT residence, and then they will be safe after that. And then we will have them as well about vaccinations. And of course, currently, as say, we still have planned to open a class in person in this form. So to totally welcome international students, including Filipinos as well.
All right, so you mentioned residence. So I do know it on SAIT you have your on-campus residence. So the quarantine will happen straight to your residence, or do they need to book their government hotels? Has the policy changed?
Yeah, that's right. So there's no need to book hotel anymore, and then they can stay like fully at the SAIT residence for the quarantine plan. Yeah, during times here. Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, Andy. And Saurabh for Northwest.
Yeah, so just on the same thing. So yeah, since August 9th, as we know, there is no requirement now to stay in the 3-day hotel at the port of entry. So that change has happened recently. So any student who's coming, they have to submit their quarantine plan. In our case, we don't have a residence. So what our students do, they stay in a hotel in Edmonton. For 14 days, we have a discounted price with them. And then once they email us, they submit their quarantine plan. We share with them the detail of those hotels, and they can say they're Norfolk student, and then they get a special rate. Again, in the quarantine plan, the student could also stay with their relatives if they want to, but they have to show to the CBSE officer that the place where they're going to quarantine is suitable place for quarantine, and they're not exposing any vulnerable people, and they are going to be fully isolating from others. But again, if they are fully vaccinated, 14 weeks prior to arrival, and they are deemed as fully vaccinated by CBSE officer, then they don't have to do any kind of quarantine. So fully vaccinated travelers are exempt from 14-day quarantine, provided they have those 4 vaccinations, which are Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Janssen. So those are the 4 ones. But those will be determined by CBSE officer on arrival. But still, they have to take the test on arrival. And if they found negative, which I think a lot of our Filipino students are coming fully vaccinated, so they just have to stay 1 day wait for their results. If they get negative COVID result, they're free to go.
All right, so that was my next question actually, because about the vaccine. So majority of the Filipinos are fully vaccinated and the cycle is still continuing, but you did mention that the vaccines that is deemed acceptable, for the lack of a better term, is the big names, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. In the Philippines, we also have Sinovac. So if a person is Sinovac vaccinated, what can they expect?
So they will be considered unvaccinated. So they have to do 14-day quarantine on arrival. We also, our campus is open right now since 16th of August. So we have blended learning online, in person. And we are going to also have our Alberta Health Services vaccination clinic on campus. So students who are not vaccinated in their home country, they can get vaccinated within Canada. We are encouraging people to get vaccinated. And also they have to wear masks while they're on campus.
All right, thanks so much, Sarah. So the next question, I'm gonna be handing this over to Andy. So it's about your culinary arts program. So for Filipinos who are interested in this program, what are the other requirements that they need to prepare? For example, any other certifications they need to submit? Andy?
So I think student is asking about culinary programs, right?
Yes, that's right. So yeah, any other certificates they need to prepare?
So basically for culinary art, this is a diploma program. So of course you need to submit your language proficiency certificate if you have. And of course we will try to evaluate mostly about your high school documents. It could be your high school transcript and high school diploma as well.
All right. Okay, so we have this question here. Maybe she joined late. I would like to ask if it's necessary to have IELTS or not. So obviously, as presented by both Andy and Saurabh from both schools, and as Jalo reiterated earlier, both schools do not require IELTS. But for Norquest's case, IELTS will still be required only for pharmacy technician program. And for SAIT, Andy, your health programs does not require any IELTS, right?
Yeah, of course. So we still have to see in your school documents if the medium of instruction is in English or not, and we will evaluate for that. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks so much. I hope that answers your question, Mary. So next question we have in the chat box is, so I finished my diploma in practical nursing and wishing to pursue a bachelor's degree in nursing. How many years will I have to finish my BS degree? So I guess I'll throw this first to Andy. So first question, bachelor's degree in nursing, do you have it or not?
I'm very sorry that we don't have Bachelor of Nursing.
All right. So in any case, what would be an alternative for SAIT? If, for example, they really want to go to SAIT with this degree, but there's no nursing, what can they take?
So currently for health programs, I have to say that if you choose to study a SAIT, you might need to apply for another programs in health fields, which could be about opticians, health information management, or dental assisting. So those are options that we are offering to international students right now. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Andy. And for Saurabh, so what do you think about this question? I finished my diploma in practical nursing, wishing to pursue a bachelor's degree. So obviously in Norquest, there's no bachelor's degree for nursing.
No, so we don't have a bachelor's. I think for students who have done a diploma in practical nursing, they can opt for, again, our seats are waitlisted, but I would say the best option would be either pursue a post-diploma in addiction recovery practitioner, post-diploma in mental health recovery, or they can even opt for a healthcare aid program, or they can opt for a practical nursing diploma if they want to do it again. But no, we don't have a bachelor's in nursing program. They have to look for a university.
Okay, all right, thanks so much. So next question for both schools. So I believe Jalo already mentioned this regarding Norquest. So tuition fee deposit for Norquest is 1,000 Canadian dollars to secure their seat. And for SAIT, Andy?
Yeah, for SAIT, so the tuition deposit for all programs will be 1,750 Canadian dollars.
750 Canadian dollars. All right. And what's the turnaround time to get a decision for SAIT, Andy?
I think at SAIT currently it takes at least 4 weeks for admissions to do the assessment. So it might take like 4 or 6 weeks. Yeah.
4 to 6 weeks. Okay. And for Norquest?
Yeah, it fluctuates, but I think I would say it's between sometime 2 to 3 weeks, sometime 3 to 4 weeks. So it fluctuates depending on the application question.
All right, thanks so much. All right, so next question. So both schools are very popular in Alberta and one of the top of mind for Philippine market. So in terms of slots for September 2021 and January 2022, do you still have programs who are open for these intakes? Let's start with Andy.
Yeah, so for fall 2021, currently we don't have any seat for any programs now. And for winter as well, we kind of full for most of our programs right now. So be sure to check our website, say.ca, to learn more about that. But I have to say that most of our program in winter has been full already. Yeah.
All right, and for Norquest, I see on your list, there's a lot of waitlisted and full.
Yeah. So I would say for September, same situation. So we are pretty much full for all our programs. and there's not enough time also. September is going to start on 30th of August. For January also, we have a lot of programs waitlisted, but we do have seats available in few programs. So we have machine learning analyst diploma, that's one. We have administrative professional certificates, that's the other one. Settlement studies diploma. We also have the community service worker certificate, and we also have teaching English as additional language post-baccalaureate. So those are 5 programs, I would say. And then we will have a new program opening up for winter, which is what we call practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. So that's also going to open up for winter 2022.
All right, thanks so much. So I'm going to start, I'm going to stay with Norquest for this one. So you have the practical nursing and the practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. So we all know nursing programs are very competitive. So how competitive is this new program coming up?
Yeah, I think it's going to be also competitive. The only difference between the two programs is the practical nursing diploma only is mainly focused on students who are graduating their high school and they're coming after that, whereas students who have done a bachelor's of nursing overseas and they want to become a licensed practical nurse, that's the program which is the practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. We're focused on that. So the curriculum is a little bit different and the focus is a little bit different. So they're going to be both very competitive because as you know, nursing professions, especially LPNs, are very desirable. There is a lot of shortage in Alberta, in the main cities and also in rural Alberta as well. So it's a very sought after program. So usually our practical nursing diploma gets filled 8 months before the start of the program.
Right.
And I think the new program I think is going to fill up also very soon because there's a lot of demand from domestic students also.
Yeah, I can only imagine once you start that the recruitment for the program.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so we have a last few questions. So this is going to cover both school representatives and Jalu of MSA. So the first question of the last batch is for both schools first, a deferral policy. So what's the deferral policy and has it been updated or is this still the same? So let's start with Saurabh.
Yeah, so what we have been doing, we don't have a permanent deferral policy. What we've been bringing is temporary deferral policy every semester, depending on the situation that we are dealing with. So right now, for example, we are dividing our deferral policy dependent on the program. So for example, just to give an example, I'm not sure whether we do that in January. So for example, in September, what we did was those programs which could be delivered online, we gave students until the 1st of November to continue study online. If they got visa rejection anytime before 1st of November, they can withdraw and they only have a deduction of $250. The rest of all the money will be refunded back to them. Or if they want to defer to the next intake, yes, they can also do that. For programs which cannot be delivered online, like nursing, they have to withdraw or defer before the start of the program. So that's what we have done, but I'm not sure whether we're going to do it in January because we don't have a deferral policy per se. This is just a temporary measure that we implemented, but we do have a refund policy based on visa rejection. So students can withdraw before the start of the program if they get visa rejection, and their deduction is going to be only $50. The rest, all money is refunded back.
All right, thanks so much for the clarification. Andy, for SAID, what's the deferral policy?
For the deferral policy, we do have specific sign and information about that on our website. So basically, we have deadlines for application deferrals. It's normally at least 2 months before the starting date of the programs, and you should check on that. And of course, in order to be deferred, you need to be a student who was accepted to SAID and you paid tuition deposit before. And then based on the reason you're giving to us why you defer, we will evaluate and give you the answer.
All right. Okay, thanks so much, Andy. So for Jalu, so one of the reasons asking for deferral from each of the schools is through visa rejection. So for applicants, how should they handle visa rejection, and how does MSA assist them with this one?
All right. So if you're an applicant and you have a visa refusal for Canada, we can always reapply for as long as the student is or the applicants would want to. And we'll be here, MSA will be here to help them process again. Of course, if they still want to pursue the course from the same institution they enrolled to the first time, we can always process their enrollment again. Just like, for example, we can defer or explain to the school the reason why they were refused and go forth from there. Basically, we can reinforce the application through, for example, providing more proofs of financial capability, and then or proofs of strong ties in the Philippines. We can also do that just to reinforce the application, and of course look into the study plan or the letter of intent and edit important information wherein we think could be the cause, or of course these decisions tell us exactly what is the cause of the refusal, so we can address that directly and reapply with their chosen school if they, like I've said, choose to pursue with the same school or the same course, or we can again reapply to another school if they want to.
All right. Okay. Thanks so much for that clarification, Jalo. So last few questions. So, okay. So I think this one is for Saurabh. So how much is the tuition fee for practical nursing for international educated nurses? Have you decided on the number yet?
No, so this is something we're going to post. I think it's our fees or every college fees is dependent on per credit. So we have, for example, $92 per credit and then only total credits. That's how much it comes to. So it will be posted on our website soon. So we're going to open our application. So go to norquest.ca and look for practical nursing for internationally educated nursing. Not today, but maybe with 3-4 days. And that website will be up and you can see the cost and everything. And yeah, it will be available. But it will be lesser than our practical nursing diploma.
All right. So for benchmark, it's going to be lesser than the practical nursing that they already have. All right. Thanks so much. Something to look forward to. All right. Scholarship questions. So I'm going to start with Andy first. So the scholarship, can they apply before entering SAIT or upon receiving the offer from SAIT, or do they have to go through the program and earn the minimum GPA? How does it work?
Okay, so for scholarship at SAIT, currently you will only be able to apply after you got an accepted offer from SAIT and you paid tuition deposit already. So you can start applying for that. And of course, if you were accepted for scholarship, it doesn't mean that scholarship will be applied to your first semester. It will be applied from your second semester during your study here at SAIT.
All right, thanks so much, Andy. And for Norquest?
Yeah, so we do have two kinds of scholarship. What we call is entrance scholarship. So that scholarship is once a student can apply before starting, but it's limited to a few programs, not all programs. And students should have a certain percentage. They submit an online submission, and then we pick student. It's a competitive process, and they can get a $1,000 scholarship in the very first semester. And then we have ongoing scholarships in all our programs. So it doesn't matter which program you are, you can definitely apply for that scholarship. And that depends again on your percentage, and that could vary from $2,000 to $1,000 per semester.
All right, thanks so much. We have one last question. So where is MSA's office in Manila? Okay, so I think this is a two-part question for Jalu. So first part, where is the office of MSA?
The office of MSA in Manila is, of course, in Marco Polo, Ortigas Center, Pasig City. So we're located at 19th floor of Marco Polo. And
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
And of course, another question is, are you all back in the office?
given that the government chose to extend, or not actually extend, but put Metro Manila, Laguna, and I think that's also Rizal.
Yeah, and
Under
Bataan, I
MECQ
think.
and
Yeah.
Bataan. Under MECQ, I think we are allowed to go to the office, but not in full force. So we'll still be
Alright.
under 50% capacity, and most of our appointments actually are done online. So
Mhm.
so as to reduce the risk of our clients going out just to meet us, and then just to secure their health also.
All right. So basically, the new normal makes us book appointments. So of course, it also helps Jalu and the MSA team to prepare on what you need, and so they can help you efficiently. All right. So I guess that's the last of the questions that we have. If you can think of more questions after this presentation, feel free to reach out to MSA, and they will be able to help you out, sort things out, help you be informed on your goals to study overseas, especially in Canada. Of course, if you enjoyed meeting Andy and Saurabh of Norquest and SAIT, and you wish to know more about programs that fit you specifically for program recommendations, Jalo would also be able to help you, and we would be able to help Jalo as well to connect all of you with either SAIT, so Andy, and Norquest Saurabh for all your specific questions. So it's more like a one-on-one consultation already. All right. Well, with that, thank you so much for coming. I know it's a holiday, it's Saturday, and it's also a holiday, so it's quite strange, but I hope you enjoy your weekend. And of course, I'd like to thank Andy for your time to join us, and of course, Saurabh, it's evening in Canada, and thank you so much for your time as well. And I am looking forward to seeing you everyone in the future MSA events with us. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday. Bye. Stay safe.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.